There are two things I associate with Southeast Asia now that I've been traveling for 4 months. The first, of course, is food. Amazing street food in all kinds of variety. It really is one of the best things about traveling. But the second is for sure scooter rides. I hate to say it because I'm really not a motorbike guy, but to me, you really haven't traveled Southeast Asia unless you rented a scooter and experienced it on the open road. Now, I've rented a scooter in just about every country we visited so far, and with no experience, each place has made me nervous for different reasons. In Thailand, it was the steep hills in Chiang Rai. In Cambodia, it was the livestock and all the foot traffic in Siem Reap. In Vietnam, it was the low visibility on the windy roads of Dalat. The dangers involved with figuring out the rules of the road and the control I have of going at my own pace, fast or slow, is really rewarding. It brings a true sense of adventure. But in Vietnam, riding can be very intense, and there are a ton of bikes. For sure not beginner friendly to say the least. So they have come up with a way to get a little sense of the feelings I get when riding, but in a safer way for beginners or people that aren't confident enough to ride. It's called an EasyRider. And in this video, we're going to see what it's like taking an EasyRider from Hoi An all the way up to Hue. An 8-hour ride that includes mountain passes, beaches, fishing villages, farmlands, pagodas, caves, seriously all kinds of things until we reach our final stop, the ancient citadel of Hue. Today we're leaving Hoi An and we're headed to Hue, our fourth stop.
Fourth stop, yeah?
Yeah, our fourth stop here. I can't believe it. It's going by so fast.
I know.
It's going to be a little different this time though. Our transfer is by scooter on this thing called an EasyRider. So we'll be in the back of a scooter as someone drives us for several hours through the countryside to get to our next stop. It should be pretty fun. Something new, something different for us. Having a bit of coffee and a light breakfast before we head out. We head out at 8:30. It's close to that time now, so we're gonna hurry up and eat this and hop on the road. Bye, thank you. Here we go. This thing's a lot more powerful than the scooters we've been on. We have a lot of kilometers to cover today. Ever seen an elevator on the side of a mountain? There it is. We made it inside our first cave here in Marble Mountain. It's kind of creepy. There's Buddha.
Oh, that's so good.
That's the end of Marble Mountain. Very touristy, but also kind of cool. Great.
That one cave was worth it. It was
The one cave was gorgeous. There is some good views, but now it's all kind of like built up with resorts in the distance, so it's not quite the same experience. The little bit of history that we were taught is that it's Hindu and Buddhist, and it has to do with the conversion of Vietnam from like Hinduism to Buddhism when they like rebelled and stuff. That's all kind of like we know. We mostly went for the views and just to see the different type of Buddha shrines. And yeah, all in all, it was cool to visit, but it was a quick run through. I think we were in and out in less than an hour. Just a lot of crowds and really, really hot. So yeah, back to our motorcycles. Oh my god, this bay is amazingly beautiful. Wow. Look at that sand. Check it out.
Spring onion.
Barbecued, right?
Delicious.
Oh wow, that looks amazing.
Wow.
We got a full spread here.
I'm gonna taste this
Fish,
oyster.
shrimp, oysters, steamed rice, and
I think that's beef.
beef.
Yeah.
All right, we got a quick stop here. I learned something from our tour guide. They recycle the tires to make oysters attached to them out in this lake bed here. The farmers own each a piece of this land. So this is actually their land here. They do oysters not so much for food, even though we just had some barbecue ones. It's more for pearls. So they force feed them a little bit and see how they grow. If they start to grow really big, then they throw them further out in the lake, and then they live out there for 3 to 5 years before they get one pearl out of one of these oysters. And this is recycling at its finest here. Scooter tires, and then they attach to this, and then they're put out back out there. Pretty crazy. All right, this is the rice fields here. Fresh water to keep that all alive, and then right over here, salt water and the fisherman farms, all on this side. And the road that we rode on splits both of them right here. So salt water, fresh water. When they get too much rain, they sandbag all this so it doesn't come over here and kill all the crop. It's gorgeous out here though. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is a giant lagoon that we were riding across through a small road. And this is kind of like just a stopping point for the farm, for the fishing. I know that they work super hard for the rice, but there's something for us when we watch it from like a viewpoint, just watching them planting is like, it's very peaceful for me to just watch them work the field like that. It like makes me want to do it. Our first ever mushroom farm, and we're learning how they do this here. This is all the leaf of the rice. So they're rice farmers by day, mushroom farmers by night or afternoon.
Oh wow, it is very warm.
21 days.
After 21 days.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Wow, it's really moist. It's warm in here.
Super.
It's like a sauna. This is the farmer there. The mushrooms are kind of difficult to make. They have to build these huts out of the rice to keep the moisture in and the cold air out. And then from there, they're in there fermenting for 21 days. And we just got a quick look because when they open it, obviously the moisture is released and cooler air goes in. And it can cause it almost looks like a fertilizer ball, but it can cause it to crack and break and the mushrooms to die. But here is essentially what they're grown on. This is ones that have already been used up. But it's just leftovers from the rice that they pack together to create this moisture where mushrooms can grow on. Very interesting. I always like to taste the salted
it's so
drink
good.
first, and then I go for the drink.
It's so good. You don't like salt coffee? Red Bull better?
More powerful.
This is a place they are built very huge, very big cemetery.
They're huge.
And they build some the tomb. You can see the tomb on the other side.
We survived! Woo! It was a journey. It was a beautiful journey.
Yeah,
But
it was
after a
very
while,
pretty.
you're just like-
At the very end, I was
Probably the last 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You knew that you were
My
almost
butt
there.
was ready to be done.
My butt is done. After easy riding all day, we finally made it to the city of Hue, and it was time to explore the Forbidden City. And let me tell you guys something, this is one of the most underrated and beautiful places in Vietnam. No scooters, no honking, no hawkers, just a little peace and reflection. Alright, that's it, exploring the Forbidden City here in Vietnam, in Hue. We checked out the Imperial Palace and a couple temples, the gardens, and pretty much the whole entire inner part of the moat. We didn't think we were going to explore that much, but it's actually so freaking gorgeous and peaceful. Very peaceful.
The weather's perfect today.
Overcast.
Yeah.
A little bit of rain, but not too bad. But now we definitely need to find some food because we are hungry. So see you guys maybe at food.
Flippity flip.